Hello, and welcome to Weekly Affirmations, the positive feel-good show about indie and freeform games here on Hyper RPG, the hyperactive, interactive, community-driven Twitch channel. It's all driven by you guys. So welcome to an awesome Friday. We're super stoked. Laura QQ, can you start us right with our theme song, please?
Oh, I said a weekly affirmations, a positive feel-good show.
Yeah, sometimes.
The most positive thing on this channel called Hyper Rapid Power Go. It's pretty decent.
Oh, can I just say happy Halloween early? Because I feel like it is Halloween time. We're really in it, and I am so excited to be playing a Bluebeard's Bride this week, part 2, with my lovely cast here. I'm Strix, the host of this show, and we cover all kinds of indie freeform games, everything from people dying in space, to rabbits taking over each other's warrens, to teenagers who are monsters but also still teenagers, and it's been a great ride so far. I really love this show, and I'm so glad you guys are joining us. Oh, look at chat. Hello, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Hi, chat.
Hey.
So with me today, I have a few awesome people. I'll let them introduce themselves, starting right here.
Hey, I'm the Strix consort. That's all I am. Just the Strix consort.
His name is Ajit.
Just the Strix consort.
All right, hi, I am Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite, and you can usually find me on Wednesday.
Money.
Can I get Small Fry her weekly affirmation and also get one for the not so wicked witch? Mel.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely, Vicky.
Money.
Yay, Strix, Ajit, Cheryl, Lizzie, Mel. Hope you are all doing well. Really interested to see how the game progresses. Hashtag wussing.
Thanks, Curlin. I appreciate you telling me that I'm awesome even if I'm just a consort.
Oh, and
Just
then
the consort.
Silly Sunny just resub for 9 months.
Hi, Silly Sunny.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh, you've been with us from the beginning.
And Empire Concept.
And Empire Concepts for 9 months.
That's amazing.
And Winker.
Old school.
Saving this. Saving.
Wow.
You guys do save it. I knew
You
it.
guys save it. Save
All
it
the
just
love.
for me. So we'll finish introducing everybody in just a second. But here on Weekly Affirmations, we do this awesome thing called the Affirmation Matrix, where if you donate at least $5 or subscribe/resubscribe, you get an affirmation directly from me to you to start off your weekend right. And we'll be getting to these affirmations that just happened in just a second. But first, who's this? Who's that? Who's that? That one? That one?
Oh, me? Hi. I thought we were still on Cheryl. Hi, I'm Liz. You can usually find me either right here on Mondays at 6 p.m. where I play Livia on Vanquished, which is a Valiant comic book-based RPG show. It's really awesome. You should check it out. You can also find me on Twitter at Lizzie the Bold and on Twitch occasionally, where I stream sometimes, maybe.
Yay.
Yay.
Hey.
No, actually, I'm going to do it because I've tweeted about it, so that means it's a commitment.
That's reality.
Yeah.
I just realized I did not actually mention what I'm on
Yes.
Wednesday nights.
Seems fine.
Money.
Affirmation for Liz before I kill her on Vanquish.
Hi, Merrick.
Sure, we can do that.
That's
Those are fighting words.
funny.
And so the show I'm on Wednesday nights is Shadowrun Corporate Sins, where I play Mainframe, who's an Elven Decker. And the chat can participate in that game. If you are a subscriber, you can join us on our Discord. So that's a fun way to get involved with the channel as a thumper.
Awesome.
And hi, I'm Mel. This is my first time playing a game on a Hyper RPG, which has been super fun, and I love it. And you can find me on Twitter at dark_deer_, and also on Twitch as Dark Deer in the Woods, which is a very long name that I regret now.
Subscriber.
Wow.
Very good dancers.
So much great hype in chat.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So that was, what was their name? I didn't catch it. Just easy dancing.
Oh my god.
Oh, thanks for following us, Omicron. It was Robo something. Who are you? Robo, say hi so I can see you.
Say hello, New Thumper.
Yeah, New Thumper, say hi. Oh, that's so awesome. I love New Thumpers on my show.
Thank
All
you
right.
for the bits, Bakumo.
Yeah.
Bakumo, good to see you.
RPG Robo. There we
RPG
go.
Robo.
Yay.
Well subscribed. Welcome to the Thumpers.
Okay, we got it. RPG Robo. Thank you so much for joining us.
Positively Shakespearean when you say that, Jill.
Thank
So
you.
that's our cast for today, and as I mentioned, we're going to be playing Bluebeard's Bride. This is part 2 in a 3-part series, and this game actually is very special for 2 reasons. 1, because I co-wrote it, so there's that, and 2, because it's actually kickstarting right now, and we'll share the link in chat. The game is doing very well, and we're very excited. A lot of people have turned out to say that they love it. We've been playtesting this game for more than 2 years, so it's definitely been around, and it's definitely in a finished state at this point. So check it out. It's super awesome. It's super creepy, and we're gonna get into why this game is so cool here in just a second.
It's also like almost a 70K
Yeah.
and almost 1,000 backers.
Which
Which is awesome.
Resubbed.
Thank you for the bits,
And
pal.
Paladin Hunk. You guys are already putting me all the way down the list here. I can hardly catch up.
There are gonna be so many affirmations.
I know, it's great.
So many animal sounds.
Yeah, so our original goal for this Kickstarter was $5,000. And we are sitting at 69 as of when I just checked right before the show.
Yeah, 69.
So my mind is blown, guys. We never expected this game to do so well. We're very, very happy. So I think that means it's time for the first affirmation today.
Yes.
So you guys know the drill. I'm gonna affirm, followed by awesome animal noises. And thank you, Amusement Gaming, for following us. So this first one is for Small Fry and Mel. So it's for you.
Oh.
And it's for Small Fry.
Money.
Can I get an affirmation for weekly affirmations on Friday, cause we will miss you, and another for weekly affirmations on Thursday because you'll be just as awesome.
Aww.
Double affirmation for affirmation.
Money.
It's okay, bro. Olivia, kill me first affirmation to my favorite decker also.
Is that me, Baroque?
Baroque.
Am I your favorite decker?
So I think I mentioned this, but just in case I didn't, it is Friday, which means it is Free Key Friday. And I'm getting attacked.
Money.
Pie is awesome. Please affirm pie.
It's true.
Yes, I can affirm pie. So anytime we get a new subscriber today, any day today, Friday, there will be a Steam Key giveaway. We actually just gave one away for that new subscriber. So spread the love, subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe. Remember, if you have Twitch Prime or if you have Amazon Prime, you can link those together and you can get a freebie subscription. I suggest you donate it to HyperRPG, just saying. All right, so this first one is for Small Fry and Mel, and you are radioactive, cooing griffins.
I'm waiting for the.
So Small Fry, you can make your noise at home, but Mel, what does a radioactive cooing griffin sound like?
And then they're crackling with radioactive power.
Nice.
Can you do those at the same time?
No.
Okay.
If you want a cuckoo, I'll
Okay, we're gonna do it together.
Okay,
Ready?
ready?
Cuckoo.
There we go. Teamwork, right there.
Makes the dream work.
As some of you have also seen, Weekly Affirmations is moving time slots. We're no longer going to be on Fridays at 3 p.m. We're going to be on Thursdays at 6 p.m. PST. Prime time slot. So we're really excited for that move. We hope that you can make the jump with us because especially since we're going to be doing the last chapter of Bluebeard, I really think you don't want to miss it. So that's going to be a permanent change from now on starting next week. Again, Weekly Affirmations is going to move to 6 p.m. on Thursdays.
Money.
PWJB wishes to affirm the last ever real Strix Day.
Oh.
Got a new sub.
Got it.
For the music.
There you go.
Subscriber.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Woo! Yeah, subscribers, free keys.
Crumbs!
Please affirm Ursuline, but do not vote on the ghost. Hashtag game feels hash Sador dash crop hash mech of the week
Wow,
one.
that was
So-
$20.
$100.
Nice.
Graham Critter, thank you so much.
That's amazing.
Oh man, more dancing.
Money.
I'd like an affirmation for the High Priestess of Horseradish. I'm sure she appreciates her mother's sacrifice.
That's for Liz, right?
Of horseradish?
Trying to keep up.
Oh,
Wonderful Friday, you all. An affirmation for Liz PLZ. With the hope that will turn her finally from a villain to a hero on Mondays.
terror, why?
There we go. That's what I read.
Apparently that's been the crossroads between me being
Okay,
evil.
so I missed the one that was just before
Airslin. So it was Airslin, and then
It wasn't. It was. They said vote for or.
yeah, affirm Airslin,
yes.
but don't vote for him.
Okay,
apparently.
okay. And then the one for you, Liz. And then
Yeah.
who was our new sub?
Ooh,
Cola. All right, new sub person. You gotta introduce yourself.
Chat, let us know if I've forgotten somebody.
We don't have time to think.
Money.
Please affirm the entire cast of Corpsons. I love that show.
Aw, thank you, Paladin.
It's a mighty fine
awesome.
show.
Absolutely.
We love you too.
So, Lord QQ, if you're listening, if you could get me the name of that newest subscriber.
Oh no, here we go. Call it on.
Nope, I got it. Callie Not.
Bless you, chat.
And then I guess horseradish. You're affirming horseradish as well.
The high priestess
horseradish.
of
The high priestess of
Horseradish.
Okay.
So much affirming.
I guys literally cannot keep up with the affirmations. All right, the next one is for Aridin SC. So, Aridin, you are a victorious, arresting kitsune.
Lovely.
So that would be like, bark, 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 bark. I'm glad somebody laughed.
And then it puts handcuffs on you.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, it was really saying like, cease and desist.
Back to the post.
Money.
I'd like an affirmation for a Jay and Liz Jahal were awesome and adorable on Trivia Hops. D.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for introducing yourself, Carlina. It's great to have you.
Yay.
Yes. New subscribers, free keys for everybody. All right, the next one is for Silly Sunny. Thank you for your resub. So, Silly Sunny, I think you'll appreciate this one because you are a speedy, appreciating Jabberwocky.
Nice. And ferocious.
I love you. Oh, you're really great.
Wow.
That was the best.
That's pretty awesome.
That was the best.
You are a treasure.
Yeah, I feel like if I ever feel down, I'm gonna call you up, Cheryl, and ask you to do an affirmation.
Still love you, but kill me.
Olivia is still.
Oh. For Olivia. That's me, guys.
Got it.
Maroke is being very generous.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank
okay, the
you.
next one
Thank
is
you,
for
Mary. Even though I took your
Empire
hand, I'm
Concepts. I can read my own handwriting sometimes, I swear. So, Empire Concepts, this one is for you. I hope you have a wonderful, spooky weekend because you are a fluffy, purring chocobo. I feel like Lizzie has to do this one.
Purring chocobo.
Mm-hmm. Fluffy
Fluffy
purring chocobo.
and purring and a chocobo. Okay.
Oh, that's adorable.
So cute.
This is meant to symbolize fluff.
Which Final Fantasy
That's
you liked
awesome.
best by whether or not you said work or quack?
No, just went over both of them because I'm not really a Final Fantasy fan.
Thanks.
Really nice.
Sorry.
I might be one.
I like Final Fantasy. That's why that card's in there. I
The
will
Final
never
Fantasy
forget.
I love is the one that nobody thinks is really like Final Fantasy.
Oh
so.
no, I like 8 and
It's
9.
10. I love 10.
10 is a Final Fantasy.
Okay, I like you.
Yeah, we can hang out.
We can hang, yay.
That's the first one I beat.
Nice.
They are hard to beat. All right, the next one is for Minker, our awesome scream capper of doom who caps everything, and it's so cool. Thank you so much for being a part of our community, Minker. And you are a gregarious, shining yeti. Ajit, what does a gregarious, shining yeti sound like?
I have no clue. But I'll give it a shot. Gregarious Shining Yeti.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you. Smash! Oh my god, I can't believe the things you make me do on this channel. What the hell?
Clip it.
Back.
Clip it.
Please do not clip it. Please do not clip
We
it.
need to talk about the way the internet is motivated. they're definitely more motivated by you saying don't do
We
it.
gotta talk about the Streisand effect. We definitely do. All right,
Wow.
the next one is for Lizzie. It's from Morocco. So, Lizzie, you are a handsome,
So terrible.
analyzing mermaid.
Aww. Yay.
Oh, and thanks for the bits, Miss Cashew.
thank
Making
you
it
for the
rain.
Are you gonna make me make a handsome analyzing mermaid sound? Okay, a handsome analyzing mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
This is a cup. This is a
Not an AFF fan. I no longer root against myself. Affirmation for special guest.
Oh my gosh, Merrick!
Aww.
You were so generous today. Holy
Yeah, that's
Wow,
awesome.
thank you.
You're generous all the time, but thank you.
Okay, so you were saying something about.
Oh, that was it. That was it.
Okay, all right, that works. That's pretty good.
It's a
All right,
great song.
this
you.
next
I love
affirmation is for our new subscriber, RPG Robo. Thank you so much for joining our community. I hope that if you have any questions about the game in chat today, you ask. One of the designers is here, so now is the time. But this is your affirmation, straight from me to you, Robo. You are a clever, sparkling antelope. So I imagine that'd be like, you yup, 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 yup. He loves it when I make sounds, so I'm just gonna make it right at him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Love fills your heart.
It does.
Something like that. Something like that.
Whimsy.
Whimsy.
Whimsy. Damn it.
Whimsy will continue until morale improves.
Our relationship encapsulated.
Thank you for the bits, Mrs. Cashew. Make it
Wow.
rain. Whimsy.
Hi, Maker M. We only have M out of MFAC today.
That is true. Okay, so the next was for a resub, and your name is really hard, and it's like Befuggeruggervus55. I can't pronounce things. I think you know who you are. Buggerfucker55. I did my best. So this is for you, for your resub. And if you want to tell me how to pronounce your name in chat, I will watch for it, and then I will get it right from now on. I just am not good with first time pronunciations of letters.
Money.
Can we get a affirmation for the Strix off the Strix consort?
Oh, come on now,
How
really?
much he loves making noises.
They smell blood in the water.
You guys,
You guys are
the
bad.
best.
Not the best. That's not the words I would use. The
Best is
worst.
the word the consort was
The
looking
worst.
for.
I was looking for
Hey,
the worst.
Thanks, Thumpers.
Jesus.
Okay. I don't see anywhere.
Hi, Tahoot's wife. It's nice to meet you.
Money.
Also affirmation for Terror, because he is great.
Yeah, Terror Trooper.
Wow.
Tara, you are great.
Super great. Okay.
And so is Merrick.
Referring Fugger 55. You are a joyous, glittering goose. Mel,
Yes.
what does a goose sound like when it's joyous and glittering?
That's a great question.
it's a philosophical question.
That was beautiful.
I was gonna try to do the noise, but all that came out was the word. It's good.
That was beautiful. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Code Gamer?
Thank you for the resub.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go to Gamer. He's my brother, Kyle. and everybody should say hi to him.
Hello!
Hi, Brother
Wow.
Kyle.
You're gonna get an affirmation.
Ash
for that.
Ketchum Halloween costume.
Played.
But you were saying, Mel.
Oh no, I did it.
She did. It was.
I kind of missed it, so you're gonna have to do it again.
Okay, all right. Are you ready? Are you
Yes,
ready? Are
I'm
you ready?
this time.
Honk.
Oh, it's pretty dramatic.
Thank you. It's joyous.
Yeah.
Okay, this
I
next
felt
one
the joy.
is from Aridin for Weekly Affirmations, the show.
Billy is prob easier.
Oh, got it. Okay. Because it's BF Kwaku 55. Okay, Billy. You're just Billy.
Bafakwa? 55?
See, that's why I was having trouble with it.
Billy.
But
Okay,
I've got
Billy,
it
yeah.
from now on. Thank you, Billy. Okay, the next one, as I said, is for Weekly Affirmations, the show itself from Aridin. So, yay, Weekly Affirmations. We are a calm, flaming chipmunk.
Calm and flaming.
So we all do it.
This is fine.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Wow.
This is fine. This is fine.
It's fine.
Everything's fine.
fine.
Thank you to Moon Rolls.
Which is kind of how we run the show, so that makes sense.
That's awesome.
All right, the next one and many to come are from Marek, or Marek, I should say.
Wow.
So Marek, you're being very generous today, and we super appreciate it. We hope you are having fun. So you, Marek, are a magnificent, befriending musk ox.
Lovely.
And I think Lizzie, you should probably take this
Oh
one.
gosh. God. Magnificent but befriending.
Mm-hmm. Musk ox.
Musk ox. How
are you doing? How are you doing? I'd like to go to coffee.
That's awesome.
I felt very engaged.
Yeah.
Like it was the beginning of a relationship.
Yeah. It's very-
See, that was a honk,
Cloud
but
Soda
also
says
befriending.
We're
Yeah.
learning so much today with
Thank
you.
you, Cloud Soda.
Wow.
Definitely. All right, the next one is for pie from pie, because pie is great. I don't know if it means the number or the food, but
It had an
let's
E.
say both.
It had an E.
It did?
Yeah.
Okay, it's pie. So pie is like an adroit, conquering lion. So that would be like, I'm made of pumpkin!
Nice.
Okay, the next one is from Philip/PWJB, and it's for Strix Day, because this is the last Strix Day until we move Weekly Affirmations to Thursday, and then Thursday Strix Day, but it probably just won't be the same.
Oh.
Strix fact,
Strix night
every
instead.
day
Yeah.
is Strix
It'll
day.
be Strix night.
Be Strix Night. All right, Strix Day, how we love you. You are quaint, articulating, and a sylph. Ah. So it'd be like, whoosh, how lovely. Just like that.
That's pretty awesome.
That's every Strix Day. Okay, I'm trying to get to these. All right, the next one is from 4am Critter for Airslin. And Airslin, ooh, you're gonna like this one. Airslin, you are a spicy, achieving sugar glider. So that'd be something like, Bezor, 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 Bezor! Because as we know, sugar gliders are possessed by the devil.
It's true.
Wow.
They're
No,
adorable,
they are.
but they're
They're
satanic.
terrifying. Anyone who's ever actually met a sugar glider in real life knows.
No, it's true.
It's true.
Where do you meet them?
Yeah, I was gonna
like
say.
bars?
I don't know what a sugar
holy
glider is.
sleeping?
They're
It's
precious
hard to
when they're
explain.
sleeping.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
their
really
little
know if it's
pouches.
Okay.
for television.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, if you're just joining us, this is Weekly Affirmations. Today we are playing Bluebeard's Bride, the horror fairy tale game that I co-designed and is currently kickstarting. We are getting through some awesome affirmations today, where if you donate or subscribe, then you get an affirmation from us. We make silly noises, you can screen cap it and share it on the internet forever. It's great. We're having a wonderful time.
Cloud Soda, don't give us that look. You know you're enjoying it. You know you like it here.
That's
Bluebeard's
right.
Bride. Not Blueberry Bride.
Bluebeard's Bride. Beard. All right, the next one is for Liz from Terror Trooper. So Liz, you are a bodacious, juggling owl.
Oh. Uh-oh. A bodacious, juggling owl.
There you go.
Lovely.
We're really good at this thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I
Liz is just like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. We'll
Yeah.
go with that. I was gonna I was trying to think up a good Strix impression.
Uh-oh.
That
I want to see. Go ahead, Liz.
I kind of want to see it too.
Now me and Cloud Soda might be on the same page. Something like you get an affirmation, and you get an affirmation.
And you get an affirmation, and you. Okay, that sounds about right. Okay, the next one is for Paladin Hulk, and it's for Corpsens. So, Corpsens, you guys are an awesome cast. We enjoy watching you. It's always super fun. So, you are jolly, prancing octopuses.
That sounds just about right. An octopus with 5 legs. Handle everything up.
You guys do blow everything.
Wow.
We do.
Yeah.
There weren't any explosions this week.
I think I'm gonna get you to do my voicemail.
Oh boy.
Oh, new career.
Voicemails by Cheryl.
Exactly.
All right, the next affirmation is for one of our newest subs, Collinot, which is super easy. An awesome name. I enjoy pronouncing it. So, Collinot, thank you and welcome to the Thumper family. We hope you stick around. And you are a gentle, amusing Kelpie. So I'd be like, or.
She's amusing.
Yes. Someone got it. You gotta work with me here.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Okay.
You guys
what
are
was
good
this?
team.
Oh yes. This next one is for the High Priestess of Horseradish. That's right. Right here on Weekly Affirmations.
Who is the High Priestess of
I don't think we've established.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I was
Just making
confused by
sure
that, too.
For us to know.
that we're all. It's not for us to know.
She knows.
She knows who she is.
Wherever she is.
So, High Priestess of Horseradish, you are a cooperative, exploding hippogriff. So it'd be like,
Wow.
caw caw
Wow.
the end.
Excellent.
Okay, the next one is from Talhoods, and it's for AJ and Lizzie, because you guys freaking rock, and you're an amazing couple, can I just
Yeah.
say. So, AJ, I think you are probably watching, but if you're not, someone I'm sure will tweet this at you. And Lizzie, you are both wildly admiring phoenixes.
I love that. Wildly admiring phoenixes.
Oh, thanks for the bits, Mr. Owl. Check that out.
Am I gonna have to do this one too?
Yes, it's for you.
Yeah.
Darn it! Okay. Wildly admiring phoenixes. Your hair looks lovely today. That eyeliner really suits you, consort.
You're so wild.
Even the affirmation noises are affirming now.
Affirmation is the affirmation.
Can I get an affirmation for Sprinkles, one of my favorite members of the Mafia? Hashtag Ask Technology.
Thank you, Couch Warrior. Sprinkles is my puppet, and we have a Twitch show that we
nice.
do at twitch.tv/Muffin So that's who he's talking about.
It's good to know.
That's pretty awesome.
And also, as technology for life.
Oh.
Let me just say.
And Final Fantasy IX Master, I know I just try occasionally to be bad. Just trying to get out of it.
All right, so this next one is for Marek. So Marek, you are a salty, speculating caterpillar.
Yeah.
Lizzie, do you want to do this one?
A salty, speculating caterpillar. And this is for Merrick, right? Merrick, I want to look into the camera and speak directly to you, and I want to remind you how much I enjoy you. as I do this salty caterpillar. If they had just passed the ball before, then maybe the game would be won. If they had done this other thing, I'm very salty.
That it's
That
like
is
a
very
sports
salty.
fan caterpillar.
Yeah.
I love it. Generic sports. It was lovely.
Generic, thank you. Sports ball. I follow it.
Clearly you do. I am very convinced.
Thank you.
All right. So the next one is from Marek for all of our special guests today, which is everyone here except for me because I'm the only one that's constant. So this is for all of you. So you, the four of you, sisters, are comely, bargaining pixies. And you all gotta make the sound at the same time.
Yes.
Bargaining pixie. Alright.
I'll give you $20 for it.
That's all this stuff and I would maybe give you this for that and then.
I was backing you up.
You did an excellent job of it.
Oh, man. What is wrong with my life?
You guys, every time they ask me to come on this show,
We should post these all on our LinkedIn's.
Start getting endorsements for Comely Pixie.
Yeah.
Wow.
bargaining.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Bargaining pixies. You saw it first here. All right. So the next one is for actually Strix consort
Oh, no.
to lay upon the Strix. So I'll let you do that for me.
Strix.
Yes.
You are
What?
a mystical
Ooh.
calling
Oh.
nymph.
That's amazing.
What does that sound
A
like?
mystical calling nymph. It would be like,
It was lovely.
That's not pretty
just
good.
like that.
It was mystical.
Nice.
See, I got it. Locked down.
Awesome.
All right, the next
Thank
one
God I
is
have to do
from
that.
Merrick to Terror Trooper. So Terror Trooper, you're an awesome part of this channel, and you are being affirmed by your compatriots, which is super cool. So, Terror Trooper, you are a courageous, behaving Naga.
Money.
No, Strix, you are special. Here is your affirmation.
Never gonna catch it.
Wow.
Thank you, Merrick. All right, we are going to have to shut these down soon because we are going to need to actually play this game, which is super awesome. So Laura just came in and let us know that she's turning off the sounds. What that means is you can still donate and subscribe. You are still going to get your affirmation, but it will happen on the back end of the show in the last 20-30 minutes so that we can have time to actually play this really creepy, amazing game. So feel free to keep piling that dough on. You're going to get your affirmations, but we're going to move them to the tail end of what we're doing today. All right, so courageous behaving Naga would be like, I'm going to take all of you on, but by the rules.
That's pretty awesome.
Got somebody to laugh.
Terror Trooper, I'm glad that you enjoyed your affirmation.
There we go. All right, the next one is for Vasco the Gamer, and this is for the resub. So, oh yes. Vasco, you are an ancient, blurting Shoggoth. Yes.
What's a Shoggoth?
It is a Cthulhu-esque typical creature.
Yeah.
Damn, it's gotta be like it's probably coming up from Dread, something like.
Oh, that's right.
That's pretty awesome.
That's right.
That was
Yes, that is absolutely right.
Man.
Thanks for that
Aw.
donation, Sim tier. Don't worry, we'll get you an affirmation for that. And those are lovely words. Thank you.
Aw, thank you. That's
All
very
right,
sweet.
the next one
Cynthia.
is for Billy. Now that I finally know your name, I won't forget, just like Phillips. I never forgot Phillips' name. So now I don't have to pronounce that long, weird username that I actually cannot pronounce. So Billy, this one is for you. You are a powerful, blinking Cerberus.
Ooh.
So it's a three-headed dog. I think these three should do the three-headed dog this time.
Those
This
three.
thing, this thing.
Those
So
three.
what are
Powerful
the,
and
what are-
blinking.
Powerful blinking.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Ready.
Bark.
I'm gonna beat
Bark.
you up.
Bark.
If I could
My eyes are very dry.
I have a problem. I'm seeing a doctor.
I love bones. Good?
That
Gift that.
Oh God.
Send it to my mom.
Oh, Philip, I'm really glad you liked A Single Moment. That was really
Yeah,
was fun
that was
for
a lot
us
of fun.
to do.
Yeah.
So there was a game we played earlier in the show where we were two samurai coming to like a fateful moment, basically, where one of us kills the other one, and it's so dramatic and awesome, and their feelings.
Oh my
And
God.
And she killed me, which is sort of like, encapsulates our relationship.
that is not true at all.
That's totally true.
So many feelings.
You stabbed me. You ran me through
You
with a
wanted me
sword.
to.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
We can review this video. All right, so we've got two more, and then we're gonna get started with the game, which is Bluebeard's Bride, and this one is for me from Mark. So I'm gonna affirm myself. So I'm a flamboyant, jumping sphinx. I feel super affirmed. What would that be like? It would be like meow, meow, meow. I will tell you a riddle, meow. Flamboyant jumping sphinx. It's beautiful. And then finally, for sprinkles. That's right, for sprinkles. So, Sprinkles the puppet. I don't think I've ever affirmed a puppet before. This is a new one.
Oh, don't put any things about me, Fixmaster. What the hell? Oh, Lord.
So, Sprinkles, you are a glamorous, equivocating red panda.
No, that's kind of cool.
So, how would Sprinkles react to that, do you think?
Well, she's very judgmental, so
Uh-huh.
she'd probably question whether or not the red pandas made good life choices. But what is equivocating?
It means talking a lot. With
No.
That makes a
specific
lot of
words.
sense. She would identify with that. So, red panda's like a little thing, right?
They're like a raccoon, but red.
Ah.
How do you feel about glitter? I think we should talk about glitter for an hour.
There we
Very
go.
glamorous,
Wow.
equivocating red.
That's cute.
Okay, so that was the last one. We are putting a pause, not a stop, on affirmations today. We'll do the rest of them at the end of the show, but I want to get playing with Bluebeard's
Yeah,
Bride. I don't know about you
definitely.
guys.
It's awesome.
Get
Alright.
in.
Let's do it.
Let me do some setup here. What is that?
And
Don't
thank
need
you,
that.
Small Fry.
What does Small Fry say?
Small Fry, I said, please don't hurt me.
Oh.
There are
I
several
appreciate it.
members of chat who are very concerned about poor Ajit being scared away.
Oh, don't
Who
scare
I don't
Ajit
think
away.
realize that Strix can always just grab him and drag him back.
I am the consort. I have no will of my own. I exist to serve the Strix as a proper consort.
I just want to clarify that's not true.
That is our entire
I'm pretty
relationship.
sure Twitch broadcasts don't stand up in a court of law.
Hashtag Ajit love.
Thank you.
If they thrill, you're a sweetie.
Yeah.
Aw, thanks. Okay.
Thank you all.
So, today we're playing Bluebeard's Bride. This is a feminine horror game. I've written extensively about what feminine horror is, because some people have questions about that. If you check my Twitter stream, you'll find that post. I'm _Strix. But basically, feminine horror is what happens when you face horror from a gendered perspective and you happen to be feminine. And it turns out that that horror is very different than something like gore horror, or psychological horror, or jump out and scare you boo horror. It's a very internal predation horror that you can't get away from because it's inside of you. That's feminine horror, and it is creepy. So last week we started playing with character creation, which is actually just playing the game, as we found out. So I'd like to go around the table and quickly summarize who is playing what and a little bit about your characters. So maybe describe the hands and the gifts, the things you left behind, just really succinctly so we can get back into how we're feeling about these characters. And I guess we'll start with the Virgin.
Yeah, sure. I am playing the Virgin, and the Virgin's line is basically, you see beauty where there is none. Others seek comfort in your warmth and delight in your obedience. And I think the Virgin is innocent, but she is also, she thinks she's ready for womanhood. And some interesting things about her. She got as a gift these great gold cuffs with these beasts of prey, all chasing each other and consuming each other brutally. And she gave to Bluebeard a doll that her father, who she has a very complicated and difficult relationship with, but she still loved this doll. She gave that doll to Bluebeard, and it has just a touch of her blood on it. And her enemies, or her rather relationships, are with Mother, who blackens her innocence with every word, and she finds that the witch often helps her play tricks on others, and so those are sort of kind of capturing elements of the Virgin. I think the Virgin's looking for. She's still a bit drawn to the darkness, but thinks she can handle herself.
And just really quick to clarify, because there was a little bit of confusion in chat, we are all playing aspects of a single person.
Right.
So the Virgin is an aspect of the bride, and we are all collectively playing the bride.
Yes, and this is a derivative of the actual fairy tale Bluebeard, which originates around 17th century France. It was first written down by a guy named Pernay, and this is our interpretation of that fairy tale as a game.
Yeah, and so people are just tuning in, like, we're playing aspects of the psyche as like the sort of like how you battle yourself, or you're in contest with yourself. Like, part of you says do this, and another part's like no, that's a really bad idea. Another person's like, oh, maybe I should check this out. Like, that's how at least I guess like how your brain works when you're trying to think through some problems, and that's we're each playing aspects.
Okay, so I am playing the fatale, which is an aspect of the bride that kind of represents her sexuality, and she's described as you drip sensuality from your lips, others watch your every move and crave for you to take control. The fatale is an interesting point in the bride's life because the bride's just gotten married and they haven't consummated their relationship. So a lot of what the fatale is doing is based on what she's learned about what woman should do from other people. And so the fatale had a crush on on a character named Murat, a boy who was a blacksmith in town, the blacksmith's apprentice, and she had to give that up when marriage was proposed to the bride, and she mourns the loss of that. She's like there are many children in her family, and she thought maybe she would have a shot at choosing her relationship, but that was not the case. The fatale was intrigued most by Bluebeard when those bracelets were being placed on her wrists. Bluebeard took a moment just to run his finger
And it was so bad.
her wrist very slowly, very delicately. And then right before he closed the cuffs around her hands, he would kiss the inside of her wrist. And that was the first time in the fatale's existence that someone had sort of been worshipful towards her and her body. And so she's very intrigued by Bluebeard and what he represents. But she also knows that there is a great deal of wifely responsibility that's probably going to fall on her plate. And so she believes the Virgin has no idea of a woman's true power and is going to try to help educate the Virgin, and believes that she can find great power by combining forces with the witch to make sure that what happens is what they want.
I gotta say that was like a great piece. I just got chills again when you described the kiss. That was pretty potent.
So I am playing the mother. The mother represents the more nurturing and obviously maternal, but not strictly maternal aspects of the bride. Her quote is, "You walk with authority, others ache your approval and long for you to soothe their wounds." The mother that I'm playing has the face of the martyr, which allows me to take sister's sins and mark trauma on myself, which we'll explain later, in order to heal the trauma of one of the other aspects, one of the sisters. I have a bit of the mother has a bit of a tumultuous relationship with the Virgin, as the Virgin kind of rails against the mother's need to both protect and to make the Virgin to kind of take the veil off, the rose-colored glasses off of the Virgin. And she has a bond with the witch because even though their ultimate goals may be somewhat different, they're both ultimately about protecting themselves and for the mother, the family unit, which lends itself to a little bit of distrust with our new husband. Not that she strictly doesn't trust him yet, but that she's still on the fence and recognizes that people may show you one face when truly they hide something darker within them.
And so I am playing the witch. The statement is, you braid magic from shadow and blood. Others desire a taste of your sin and pray for your undoing. And so my bonds are that the Virgin is a useful tool. There was at one point...
Which is perfect.
I almost had my notes up.
Yeah, the Virgin definitely thinks she's in league with the witch, and the witch is just toying with the Virgin.
Yeah, her innocence is incredibly useful to throw on at any time that I might get in trouble.
Wow.
Oh, man.
And also, the fatale draws an evil to her. So I am always nervous about what selfish sexuality might get us into. And I feel like we got ourselves a little bit in that right now, actually, with this guy that I don't trust one bit. He has too much money, too much power, not into it.
Awesome. And so just to remind us of the bride's whole story, she comes from a very poor farming family in the countryside. And she's marrying this very rich, very scary aristocrat. She has an older sister, a younger brother, who we love very much as the bride, and a father who, as it turns out, was alcoholic. And we have learned some things about how life works from our father, and also from the local blacksmith boy, who we may have poisoned to keep him away from us.
Not fatally.
Not fatally. That was me. I admit it, but it wasn't fatal.
He liked us.
And that was a problem.
Apparently, it was.
But we were destined for a prince or a nobleman.
Yeah, destined for something greater.
Yes, noble. Very noble.
Speaking
My
of
husband is noble.
noble and your husband, you each have your individual opinions about whether or not you can trust this man. Where do you stand as a group? Is there a consensus? Is there not a consensus? Because that's totally fine too.
Yeah, I think the Virgin trusts Bluebeard a little bit, or her husband a little bit, but is also wary, but with an anxiousness, like a anticipatory wariness. This is her time to become a woman, and she's kind of excited by it. And I think drawn a little to his darkness too, if I recall.
It sounds like the only real voice of dissent that's definitely against him might be the witch.
Yes, but I don't mean that we should divorce him or anything like
Or
that.
run away.
Or run away. No, I just absolutely don't trust him.
I understand.
Darkness knows darkness.
So
Yeah.
are we all kind of on the same page of like, now we're about to get married, we will fulfill our wifely duties.
Yeah, you gotta make
we
it work.
will.
But I think it's for different reasons, right?
Yeah, for very different
But
reasons.
the Fatale is like,
I expect him to behave like men are supposed to.
yeah, Fatale's very
And
practical.
He expects me to behave as a wife is going to behave. If I don't fulfill my end of the bargain, he might get unpredictable.
What do you mean, sister?
I support you in this entirely, Fatale.
What? He's gonna treat us properly. As a husband, he's
Right,
gonna love us.
that's what we're talking about.
He will treat us as is expected. It is not always proper for certain definitions of proper.
Ooh.
I don't know what that means. You are too fatalistic, sister. I remember reading all those beautiful stories of what a husband would be, and we have gained this fantastic husband. He's maybe a little ugly, but he's a nobleman.
You should temper your expectations, sister. He may be all of these things, and he may not be. But we will fulfill our duties, and we will have a family, and then we will have that to focus on.
And hopefully servants to take care of the children so we can get a moment of solitude.
Every so often.
You're gonna have a wonderful life.
Goals.
So you're having this conversation as you're standing at the altar, holding his hands and looking into his very piercing eyes. And this is, of course, an event like no other, none you've never experienced before. There's other noblemen there and ladies in beautiful dresses, but yours is the prettiest. Yours has layers like a cake, fine tulle and silk, hand embroidery, stitching. Someone did this work, but it wasn't you. And you're so caught up in the ceremony, you're so caught up in everything that happens that you find yourself almost floating as you are escorted into a carriage and then driven home to your new home at the mansion.
I just whisper to the Virgin, this is where we start writing our own fairy tale.
I'm looking forward to it, sister. He is dangerous, but that's exciting.
I agree with you.
No, I knew you would. You're not boring like Mother.
And Bluebeard sits across from you. He's wearing a long crimson jacket with gold embroidery. He looks magnificent. And he strokes his beard as he doesn't stare, but considers you. And he looks you over. And he seems... Well, I don't know if Vital, you might be able to read this expression.
He seems hungry.
He seems hungry. And as the carriage pulls up to the mansion, you see this gigantic stony place. So many windows that you can't count them. So many levels that you're not sure how many there are quite, but you're pulled out of the carriage by a servant and led by the hand inside. Bluebeard follows you. And as you enter, you see a magnificent banquet set out. Dinner for many people. And yet when you sit down, it is Bluebeard at the head of the table, and you by his side. And right in front of him is a gigantic, whole roast pig. Apple in the mouth, skin on. It sits on a gigantic silver platter. And you're seated.
Is this all for us? He will be a good provider.
This is exactly like every story we've ever read. This is our fairy tale, sisters. Even you can't deny it, Mother. I don't know why you're so pessimistic.
The night is young. And so are you.
I think what makes our husband happy in this happily ever after might surprise you.
I don't know what you mean, sister.
I know.
This time tomorrow, you just might.
I'm looking forward to
digs
our
into the
wedding
roast pig, ripping out chunks of meat, setting it on his own plate. He actually uses his fingers to eat, and he's quite loud.
Are there place settings?
Yes, there are place settings. He drops some on his plate.
But place settings for only the two of us.
Well, and I mean,
Yes.
are there forks available to him?
Yes,
And
there
he
are.
is making a conscious choice.
Gracious.
The Vital reaches for the wine.
I do not stop you.
That's good.
Excellent.
I'm sure the Virgin will enjoy this.
So there are servants posted on the edge of your peripheral vision, always hovering out just within sight, but they don't make any moves. They're quiet. Their eyes are downcast. Every once in a while, one will come and refill Bluebeard's own wine cup, unless you do it for them. Probably don't want to step on their toes, though. And Bluebeard eats quickly, and then suddenly wipes his fingers down his crimson robe and leaves grease stains. And he goes, "My dear, my love, did you have a good wedding?" Yes, of course, I know you did. I put it together for you. I have some bad news, however. I have been suddenly called away on a long business trip. I know. I'm so sorry that we cannot consummate our relationship tonight, but just wait. I'll be back in 6 weeks. You won't even notice I'm gone. And he takes out a bunch of keys on a ring and he hands them to you and he says, "This, my dear, is yours. This whole mansion, everything in here is yours. What's mine, you can play with. You can frolic amongst the pearls, you can play with the furs, you can burn my bonds, I don't care. But there is one room that you must not enter. Do you understand me?"
Immediately makes a note.
Good.
Of course.
You must never enter this room. The smallest key here on this ring is the one that opens that door, and I shall know if you open it, so do not. Now, my love, and he caresses your face, I must away. And he leaves the room.
The Fatal made sure to touch his hand when taking the keys.
Okay. And so, I'm going to now award the Ring of Subservience, or the wedding ring, as we call it, to the sister, who Bluebeard liked the most as the gift that she got him. And I would have to say that that's actually the very sensual foot bath that the Fatal gave him. He was really into that. So, the Fatal is going to start with the ring. And what does today's ring look like?
Subscriber.
Oh, okay, we can do that. Let's get some hype. We can do that. Yeah.
Mysterious type.
Yes.
You asked what today's ring looks like. It's looks like a snake eating its own tail and wrapped twice around the finger.
It's
So you
an
can
Ouroboros.
probably might not be able to see that on, but there's a head and tail. That's my interpretation of it anyway.
It's an Ouroboros.
Yes,
That's what they
it
call
is an Ouroboros.
Go on.
That's not ominous at all.
Love it.
Yeah.
So to remind our viewers what this means is every sister gets access to the basic or maiden moves, but whichever one has the ring has an extra set of moves that she can use. If she uses a move, she has to pass on the ring to another sister of her choosing, or she can ditch it before that in order to be protected from trauma for the next round, which we'll probably end up doing sometimes. But you have the extra set of moves where you can shiver from fear, you can caress a horror, you can dirty self with violence, you can cry out for help, or you can give up the ring. So those are the extra moves any sister gets when she has the ring. But what this means is you get to pick the first room. And the way that happens is that you are going to describe for me a key on that key ring. And I want you to be as fantastical as you could want to be. So it could be a key with butterfly wings, it could be a key that drips lava, it could be a rusty thing with actual shark teeth on it. Whatever you desire, I want you to describe this first key for us.
There is a key on the key ring, and it looks like a sea creature's head, and tentacles come out of its mouth, one of which creates the ring through which the key ring is laced, and the other tentacles weave down to create the body of the key that is inserted into the lock. And you can see the little sort of suckers on it, and some of the scaly texture. It's very ornately crafted.
What is it made out of?
It's made out of pewter, and you can see it's blackened a bit with age, so that only the eyes and the little suckers are bright, and everything else is darkened. So it's almost as if the key is staring at you from certain angles.
That's a very strange and disturbing key, sister. Why would you pick that key?
because it's like nothing we had in our village, and if we have to leave everything behind, we might as well see something we never would have seen before. I've always wanted to see the ocean or experience something that came from there. We are land-bound, surrounded by forest most of the time. This key calls to me.
And he's a sailor, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's probably something very important to him, and if we want to really find our happy ending, we need to understand him.
Okay.
How delighted and happy would he be if we understood a bit more
That's
about
true.
his world?
And he did tell us to explore. And it is intriguing.
Are we not going to speak of the small key?
He told us not to go anywhere there, Mother, and you're the one who told us to always obey. I would like to explore. Sister, lead the way.
So you get up from the table, and immediately a servant comes to you and says, Madame.
What is your name?
Milla, Madame.
Milla, it's nice to meet you. I'm so pleased to be here. I was wondering if you know what room this key belongs to, this sea creature ring. Or key.
Uh-huh. And suddenly Milla's demeanor changes a little. And you realize Milla is actually a little bit older than you might have thought at first. She seemed young, and she's kind of bossy, is the feeling you get from her. And she goes, yes, that's the bathroom on the 3rd floor.
Oh, well, freshening up sounds perfectly reasonable.
Yes, I'd like to see how large the rooms are, or maybe there's a giant bathtub for us. That'd be nice to soak.
We didn't have a 3rd floor in our place.
We didn't have a 2nd floor.
We hardly had a 1st floor.
We didn't have a bathtub.
I'm excited. Sister?
Shall I escort you?
Please do, Milla.
Indeed. And she will sort of like tuck her apron in, and she'll turn to a couple of the other servants and say, see to things here. And they like whip smart, like just obey her command. And Milla kind of pushes open the doors from the dining room that are big and wooden and giant, and they creak. And then there's no other word for it, she marches. And she will very militantly make her way towards the 3rd floor. And you actually have to scramble a little to keep up, which is very undignified of the lady of the house. You're not gonna do anything about that. Okay. So
Can any of the rest of us speak for the bride?
absolutely.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, no.
No, we
Milla,
walk.
We have had I have had a very long day. If we could temper our pace, it would be appreciative.
Oh, well, forgive me, Madame. Since a young spry thing as yourself, I thought it wouldn't be too much trouble for you to keep up with an old thing like me. But sure, I'll slow my pace down for you.
As I said, it has been a very long day.
Indeed. And she will then walk purposely, like really...
Good. I take my time looking at every goddamn painting on this wall, like just, taking it in. If we're gonna walk this slow, I'm gonna enjoy it. Feast for the eyes.
Okay, cool. I mean, it's clear that she's testing you, right? Mm-hmm. She's kind of trying to take your measure. So, describe to me what you see on these walls. What are they like?
So big paintings, like the ones that are like 9-10 feet tall. Portraits. And I'd like to say, what floor are we on now, or did we go up a staircase?
2nd floor.
Second floor. So perhaps of family members of Bluebeard. So however his line went down, or how he'd like to pretend it went down, I don't know.
So a lot of prominent men with high cheekbones and strong jaws. And you could swear that their eyes follow you just slightly. You look back and, no, this is a normal painting. But they look very intimidating.
Question.
Yes.
Any women portraits?
Oh, no. Not yet.
Make a note.
So you eventually crawl up another set of stairs. These ones are spiraled and they're stone. And you make it to the 3rd floor. And Milla will go and stand by a door. And the door looks very interesting. It's almost as if it's made out of driftwood. It's got this gnarled, old, gray feeling to it. But it looks like it matches your key. So, are you going to go into this room?
Come, sister. Let's see the bathroom.
Take a moment to just put my hand on the wood and sort of feel the driftwood, and then go ahead and put the key into the lock and turn it.
Okay.
And I turn to Milla and say, "It's a strange thing to lock a bathroom."
Most rooms are locked in the Mansion Madame by the master's orders.
Certainly.
So you put the key in the lock, you turn the key, you open the door, and you go inside. And the door closes behind you. So what you see is something that you were not expecting at all, because it is a giant tiled room, and it has a skylight cut out in the ceiling made of glass, and that light shines down onto a tiled floor that's grouted very brightly, actually. It's white and it's cream colored, and what you see in this room is this giant sunken bathtub, and on it is an ornate pewter octopus wrapping its arms around the edges of the tub. And there is a huge mirror over in the corner, and there are spigots on one side of the wall, but spigots in the bathtub as well. And then on a little shelf to the right of the tub are bunches of bottles of all kinds of things, maybe salts, maybe perfumes, it's hard to say. But there is also a hairbrush carelessly laying on the floor by the side of the tub.
Oh, I would like to use a maiden move,
Sure.
if I can. And if I understand correctly, the maiden move, anyone can do it, not just the ring holder.
That is correct.
All right, I will. I'm going to investigate a mysterious object.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd like to investigate the hairbrush. Why would there be a hairbrush if it's like not for ours, right? There's nobody else. It wouldn't be for Bluebeard, right? So I'm going to investigate that.
Which 2 questions?
So this is a diceless move.
Okay.
So you get to ask 2 questions about the hairbrush.
Sure. Whose item is this? And why did whose item is this, and why did Bluebeard keep this item?
Very interesting questions. So you pick up the hairbrush and you turn it over in your hands. And it's a wooden hairbrush with boar hair bristles, which is the best for keeping your hair very well conditioned.
Oh.
And burnt into the wood is just a name on the handle. It's Camilla. And you'll notice that it has very bright blonde strands stuck in the brush.
Wait, actually, can I switch one of my questions?
Nope.
Okay. Damn it. All right. Fine. So
you think maybe Bluebeard kept this item simply because it was thrown on the ground and he didn't notice it was there.
I want to throw it away.
I don't like this. Why would he have a brush with another woman's hair on it?
We are not his first bride, have we?
Or at least not his first... whatever.
Could you remind us what are the stories that we've heard about Bluebeard previously?
Sure. So it's a little bit muddled, but you know that he sort of serially gets married. It's kind of a joke within the countryside. He finds a bride, and then maybe a little while after, she disappears from sight. And he's just had a really bad string of luck. One bride had tuberculosis, another one had the fainting spells, another wife fell off a ladder and broke her neck tragically. The poor man, he just can't seem to be able to keep a wife. He's always met with tragedy.
I still will throw this away. I'm not going to use a dead lady's hairbrush.
Well, we don't have to use it, but do we want to anger Bluebeard unnecessarily by discarding?
Sister, this is our home now, and I don't like it.
Wouldn't
like
it anger him?
Or at least make him sad.
If it was an item of value, then why would it be just discarded on the floor?
Virgin, you notice that the blonde hairs in the brush become a little bit thicker and start to wiggle. But just Virgin. And then they stop.
Okay.
Are you all right?
I think I might shiver for fear from this.
You don't have the ring.
Oh, yeah, I don't have that. Okay, right, good point. Great.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm just shivering for fear, but I don't have a... Great.
Internally.
Yeah, internally, I'm like, freaked out. I don't like this brush at all. I want to throw it away now. Is there like a window, or is there like something I can throw this thing at, or throw it
Well,
away?
there are candles lit in the corner of the bathroom.
I don't want to start a fire. Can we not start a fire? It's the first room on the first day, sisters.
You can do whatever you want. Virgin.
It's just a brush.
Just put
No,
it
you
in
didn't see it?
in the bin.
Didn't see what?
The hair, it's, I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't want the brush.
You
It's-
don't have to have the brush.
We will get rid of the brush.
I think we should burn it.
You hear a knock on the outside of the door. Madame, do you need assistance undressing? I can come in. I'm gonna come in. And the servant just walks in. Milla walks in and she sees you standing there with the brush in your hand, and she's like, oh goodness, why do you have that? Why don't you just set that aside? Here, and she will try to take the brush from you.
I'm fine with letting her have it.
Didn't want it.
Whose brush is this?
Excuse me?
Whose brush is it?
Oh, I'm sure it's just one of the servants left it lying around. I'll be sure to reprimand them.
I'm
Come now,
glad
come.
to know that my husband takes such good care of his servants to provide them with such expensive toiletries.
And left in our bathroom.
I'm sure they will be duly reprimanded. Now come, why don't I undress you? And she will forcefully take the brush from your hand unless you stop her.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't want it.
And she sets it by the mirror. And then she will kind of like spin you around and turn you and hold you by the shoulders and look at you. And she will start to take off your clothes.
Okay, so what I would like to do, so my special power is the spider. I can trap a servant or horror with my feminine wiles, and they will tell me a secret about the house or Bluebeard.
You can do that.
And I figure this is as good an opportunity as any, because we're getting undressed. So, is that a ring move or a normal move?
That's your playbook move, which means you can use that at any time.
Okay. I would like to try to trap her with my feminine wiles. Can I specify the question?
So first, explain to me how this works.
Great. Well, she's undressing, right? And I assist to make sure that it's the clothing comes off easily and not awkwardly.
So you're trying to like sexily undress?
Not sexily, because I think that would just end up that would be very awkward.
Okay.
But you know how it is. Like if your clothes are taken off in a certain way, it's unflattering, and if they're taken off in a certain way, like it doesn't catch anything. So just sliding things off smoothly, and particularly as the top half of our dress comes off, leaving our breasts exposed, I look into the servant's eyes and say, "I hope I'll be pleasing for Bluebeard when we finally get to consummate our vows."
What?
I cover
What?
the virgin's eyes.
So she goes, "You young thing,"
Alright.
and I want you to roll your. Is it a dice move?
It doesn't say it doesn't say anything about dice. It just says when you trap a servant or horror with your feminine wiles, they will tell you a secret about either the house or Bluebeard.
Okay. So she's gonna push on this a little bit. So you don't win yet. So she's gonna go, "Oh my sweet thing," and she'll grab your shoulder a little and kind of put pressure on it and rub it.
You're very skilled.
And how would a young bumpkin like you know that?
I know what I feel.
And she will step closer to you. What do you feel?
You're making me feel more comfortable.
Am I? And she will put her fingers through your hair and run them down the back, loosening your braid.
Thank you. I think I've been wearing that braid for too long.
I prefer it loose.
Interesting. So she says,
What are you doing, sister?
No,
it's all
come
cool.
away.
This is great.
This is not appropriate. I don't know what we're doing.
So much.
she'll say, let me start the tap for you. And she will go and she will turn one of the tentacles into warm water and it comes bubbling up. And she will grab a spice or something off of the rack and pour it into the water.
Smells
And
wonderful.
I hope so. Why don't you come? And she will take your hand
Okay.
and escort you down into the bottom of the tub.
Step very slowly, pointing my toe as I make the first step into the tub.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to be very chill because this is a really big deal. We do not have a bathtub at our house.
No.
Like, this is
We've got like a
this
bucket.
is really amazing, but I'm being chill about it. Just like, no, this is totally what I do all the time. Yeah.
So she will get behind you in the tub and say, relax, madame, and start rubbing your shoulders. And now would be a good time to maybe ask that question.
My heart would be much more at ease and I would be much more relaxed if I knew what sort of business had called my husband away.
So she'll continue to rub your shoulders and she'll go, Well, as I'm sure you know, the master is a merchant, and he gets called away suddenly all the time, and you can tell that she is lying. But also, that spice that she put into the water is having a peculiar effect on you.
I knew it, and I should have said something right then. I knew it.
But you didn't.
I didn't.
Your skin begins to tingle, not uncomfortably.
It's fine. Not uncomfortably. It's probably, for all I know, what all baths feel like. Because we haven't had terribly many of these.
This is uncomfortable.
This is very strange.
Can I take stock of the tense situation?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I will ask what traps have been laid for the bride.
Thank you.
So you're doing a diceless move, which is take stock, and you're going to ask what traps have been laid for the bride. So you have been dosed with something, and it looks to be an aphrodisiac.
That's okay.
Our husband is gone. That is not okay.
I don't understand what's going on.
Well, what's an aphrodisiac? Asked the virgin.
Probably. Yeah, probably. I don't understand. Why do I feel this way?
Mila's just trying to make us feel relaxed and welcome. And the Fatale just reaches her arm up and places her hand on Mila's shoulder behind her.
Oh boy. All right. So you're going to play deeper into this. And Mila will put her fingers through your hair on the side and then pull your head back.
Oh.
And she says, little mouse, do you know what game you're playing with the cat? And she will kiss your neck.
This is inappropriate. We are a married woman.
I don't understand this.
We haven't consummated anything yet.
We have taken vows.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with the mother. This is not right.
Which,
Yeah.
you notice that the pewter tentacles on the side of the tub are starting to, well, move closer, ever so slightly.
I want to take stock of the tense situation.
Go ahead.
I would like to ask, what does this place demand of the bride?
Oh, man. This place demands completion.
This is not okay.
No, this is not okay at all.
Are we in
I
a
don't.
hentai scenario? Like,
Lizzie's already hiding.
The next card, it's right there.
I mean, not.
I was like, this is a murder tub, and now I'm like, maybe this isn't a murder tub.
This is not okay.
No, I just love that you said what I was thinking.
Okay. So I assume I see the tentacles.
You can see the tentacles too. They are slowly slithering in a way that pewter would sound, slithering on marble, a hissing sound. And they will begin to approach your limbs. Milla's grip becomes tighter on your neck, and the kissing turns to biting.
Oh, okay.
Not
Great.
vicious biting.
Oh.
We should biting.
This is very perplexing.
We should break
Sister,
away
give me
from
the ring.
this.
Give me the ring.
We should break away from
Whoa,
this.
I would like to.
We've got some options here.
Do you want to shiver from fear?
No, I do not. I'm thinking that my instinct is telling me to caress the horror of the I can't.
You want to get yourself in deeper.
But I get to redirect.
You do.
It.
Mm-hmm.
It's energy.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like the kind of situation I could just skip out of the bathtub and be like, "Oops, sorry."
I mean, you could try.
I could, but I feel like the momentum of the situation is I want to caress the horror and try to redirect whatever, if there is malice.
Redirect it at Milla.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me what you do.
I
What do you
slide-
intend to do? We'll put it
Well,
that
what
way.
I intend to do is slide my hands along the side of the tub to get purchase, so that technically caressing the horror literally, and my feet up, sliding them just slightly down so I can kind of shift my weight beyond the reach of the tentacles, which I assume we're kind of getting like, so I can slip around so that she will be the next target of the tentacles.
Okay. So roll a dice for me. 2d6. You
Is it, what do we,
you're gonna roll a blood.
What's your blood?
So
+1.
you'll
you
add
get a
plus
third
1
die.
to this.
Yeah.
Let's hope you get above a 6.
Oh, I get an extra die.
Yeah.
No. She
No,
gets
just
a
one,
plus
plus
1
1.
point.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought.
Nice try though.
Yeah. Sorry.
Ooh.
11.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah!
Okay.
Boxcars.
Not a murder tub for someone else.
In case you are just
Oh, no,
joining
it's not
us,
boxcars. It's just
this
dead.
is Weekly Affirmations, and today we're playing Bluebeard's Bride, a feminine horror game where you are enacting the fairy tale of Bluebeard, and the players in this game play different aspects of the bride's mind in his very haunted mansion. And right now we are in a pickle with the head servant, Milla, as she is trying to seduce you at the same time that a giant pewter octopus surrounding the tub is getting its thing on. So I think the tentacles have been equally stimulated by the spices you have, and so they are getting a little anxious. And since they can't find you, they will wrap around on Milla. And she doesn't notice at first because she's very intent on you. She has her hand curled into your hair, your head back here, and she's having fun with you.
And it's not all bad.
Yeah.
It's, if the tentacles had
No,
not
this is
shown
all
up-
bad. This is all bad.
This is all bad. Just to be clear.
Sister, I don't
No,
understand
I'm
what is going
super-
on here. This is
We're-
horrible.
We got this.
So
But
Milla
this
will
whole
notice
situation.
that the tentacles are now
No, this is terrible.
touching and feeling her, and she
Oh!
will freeze. Milla freezes and stops what she is doing to you.
Is something wrong?
And you are going to pass the ring because you successfully did your ring move.
I passed the ring to the witch.
Can we get out of the tub now?
So I do ask, is something wrong?
Perhaps Madame should simply continue to relax. I just have arthritis in my hands.
You may go if you wish.
I think I wish to excuse me while I remove myself to the corner of the room while you finish bathing. And she will hop up and she won't leave the room, but she will go to the corner by the mirror and put her hand on the table there and now just watch you. And she seems concerned.
Powwow.
Still intent on you.
Is the tentacles moving?
What happened to those?
So She's left the grasp, and they're now kind of reaching around, and you get the feeling they're gonna find you soon.
You should get out of this.
So they're still moving on this tub. This is horrific. What is this tub?
We're gonna get out of it, and then we're gonna think about that later.
Is this what all tubs are like?
We may
This
not
is
like
unnatural,
that first
sister.
tub experience. Is unnatural, yes. So I say we pop out and be like, ooh, how refreshing. and we didn't eat anything.
But it's all over your skin, and you're wet.
No. But I mean, in general, we didn't eat anything. I'm coming up with an excuse.
Oh, yes.
And maybe we could have her fetch us something to eat while we dry off and reclothe.
Sister, this is monstrous. This is evil.
We can handle that later.
And we are leaving this situation.
Oh, I don't want her to get me food.
I don't think so. I want to be alone with the
becomes
tub.
hotter and
good
colder.
point.
The intensity of the experience of what is on your skin is getting higher.
Can we stand up now?
She's going
Yeah,
to be with
I'm gonna go ahead and stand up. Yes.
Yeah. So you're now standing up.
Yes. That
Naked.
was, yep. That was a great bath, and I am done now. And I will very carefully walk out of the slippery tub and about 10 feet away from the tub. I don't care that I'm dripping water. It's fine. This is my house now.
The tentacles kind of like sense that there's no one in the tub and just go whoop. And it's like they never moved at all.
And I'm staring at it, and I'm thinking, the tentacles were moving, right?
Yes.
They were moving.
Yes.
We didn't drink too much.
We did not drink enough.
Your skin is actually starting to
really-
burn now.
I really don't understand.
Can you help? Can she help us dry off? I think having help drying off would be useful given this situation.
A towel, please. Mila.
Mila will pick up a big fluffy towel from over in the corner, and she will come over and she will just hand it to you like this. And as you grab the towel, there are more strands of golden hair, kind of just in the filaments of it.
I'll go like this and say, another towel.
Yes, madame, she says through gritted teeth, and she will grab another towel and she will hand it to you.
Thank you.
And it also has golden hairs on it.
I want to leave. I want to leave this.
Use the dress. Use the dress. Use the dress and dry off.
No, because we have to wear that.
We can't. We have
I
nothing
wanna leave
else
this
to
room.
put
What
on.
about the veil? We don't need that.
That's
Just
not
use
absorbent.
the towel.
Yeah, and I'll
Whose
just.
hair is this, and what happened to her?
I will
Camilla's
T-pose. I will T-pose and let her dry me.
We know, sister, that our husband has had brides before. It is the way of men, and we will have to reprimand the staff later for their shoddy cleaning, because surely this has been here a great while.
Yes,
It's such a large house, it must be quite the task.
So at this point, you have not removed the thing that is burning your skin.
No, I T-pose.
You T-pose.
Yeah.
The towel is absorbing the water, but apparently it's oil-based because it is sinking in. And I am at this point going to say that you take a trauma as the bride.
So everyone.
Every single one of you takes one
oh
trauma.
man,
Is this on our individual tracks or that big track there?
So that is on your individual track.
that's a token of loyalties.
So remember, you have up to 5, and then you shatter. But this is really doing damage to your skin at this point. The toweling is not helping. It's been sitting there too long. And you feel very out of it. You feel cloudy. You feel like you're floating a little bit.
Do y'all think this is a good crowd for help situation?
It might
Yeah,
be.
or shiver for fear.
All right. No, I'm not scared. I'm getting burnt up. All right. I will
Okay, so
cry
you're
for
gonna
help.
cry for help.
And my new and immediate inadequacy is, oh my god, this is burning my skin.
So you can't even take a simple bath
Yeah.
without causing problems?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not the ones who cause this problem.
That's fine. We'll
I
deal with
blame
it later.
Mila.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, that is a 10.
Nice. So what happens on a 10?
I win. A house servant comes to address my concerns and calm my hysteria.
So, you just begin going, it burns, and you're yelling.
Yeah.
And Milla's like trying to like go faster and it's not working because she's like, shit. And that's when another servant actually just comes into the room, and it is a male servant.
Oh, God.
We'll call him Tristan.
And he's seeing us naked,
Yep.
and this is
so
just
a male servant busts in, and he takes stock of the room, and he's like, "What? What is it? What?"
She put something in the tub.
So he will actually just push her away, and grab you by the waist, naked and all.
Mm-hmm.
He will actually drag you back to the tub, and then he will spray water all over you, and he will grab something from over on the shelf, and it smells like dead fish and tar, and he rubs it all over your skin.
This is awful.
And he's like, he's flipping you around like a drowned kitten, like he's just doing it. And it's not hot water, it's cold water.
Oh my God!
And then he scrubs you all the way down. And then he finally picks you up out of the tub, shivering, your skin is bright red from the scrubbing, and he just sets you down, and he crosses his arm and goes,
I cover myself.
Yeah.
We cover ourselves.
Thank you. Also, this is for you, Mother.
Oh, thank you.
What is the point of bathing again?
Yeah. So I'm thinking the bucket situation was actually fine.
Mother, can we just leave this room?
Yes, absolutely. We will need something to wear. I guess we can just put the dress back on.
well, there is a silk robe in the corner
Oh.
that you could take.
We'll take the silk robe.
Are there
and-
blonde hairs covering it?
I don't know, you tell me, are there?
I would say perhaps like one or two on the shoulders. And I just brush them off really fast.
Yeah.
Put it on and tie it.
Pick them off and then pull the robe on tightly and very securely fasten the belt.
It's a very lovely, delicious robe. It's got fine embroidery on the outside. It's got some sort of absorbing material on this inside. It's very expensive, and it's obviously for the lady of the house.
I am
Good.
very grateful it is here. And I'm very grateful for your help, Tristan.
He doesn't really say anything. He just kind of grunts.
Perhaps Tristan could show us to where our things have been taken to our room.
Let's just leave the room. Let's go somewhere else. Let's find a bedroom. Mother.
As we were talking to Tristan, maybe we move out into the hallway to get.
So,
You could
in
exit
order
here.
to exit the room,
Oh gosh.
you have to choose a thing to do. So you can escape without proposing a truth. You can decide that the token you're taking, which it sounds like it's the robe in this case, is either a token of your faithfulness, meaning that you know that Bluebeard loves you and this was for you, or a token of disloyalty. Clearly, he didn't even care that some other woman's hair is probably his last wife's, who knows, probably his servant's, who knows, was left carelessly there for you to find.
I'm gonna have to take that token of disloyalty because it seems very peculiar and very unthoughtful, ungallant, I would even go so far as to say, for him to not ensure that the remnants of his poor last bride were not here for us to find on our wedding night.
So is it a token of disloyalty?
Yes.
Okay.
So, when you take a token of disloyalty, go ahead and mark it for me on the bride's sheet there. Fatal. Everyone takes a trauma. This undermines your faith in your marriage, and in Bluebeard, and in your own happiness.
This is going really well, guys.
2 traumas down.
But we're clean.
Are we?
Now we are. Thanks, Tristan.
So Tristan will step out of the room and just stand there.
All
And do
right.
you want to go ahead and pass the ring for me?
Oh, yes. For those unaware of the rule is that you have to pass the ring to someone who hasn't had it
In this round.
until it's made around. So that is why it went straight to the Virgin.
Oh, for the trauma, can Liz take it upon herself alone, or do we all have to take it? Is there a choice between?
It's not a choice.
So we all take the trauma?
Yes.
How do we heal?
I
That's a
can.
great question.
Is there a thing that everyone can do?
Yes, you can take a token of faithfulness.
All right.
I think.
Good luck.
Yeah.
And a token has to be like a physical thing that we take that we see as a sign of his love.
Yes.
When we exit the room. Okay. So I have the ring, and
So you exit the room
Yeah.
with Tristan standing there. Milla is still in the room. She hasn't left yet.
Can we lock her in there?
If you want to.
I just.
If she's the head servant, we may not want to anger her because we don't know if she tried to kill us.
Yes.
She tried to murder our skin and tentacle tub us.
We
Day
Technically,
one,
the tentacles went after
hour
her too.
one.
we provoked, possibly, maybe we provoked this.
I see no situation
Kind of
where
Fatal's fault.
burning someone immediately is the right move.
Maybe she was distracted and didn't pour the right amount of whatever it was.
But she, when we said we were in pain, she did not help us.
She did try to tell you off. It just wasn't working.
Yeah.
I want to slam the door behind Milla,
Okay.
and
Do you lock it?
yeah, I locked the door. I
I
just
love
can't
you,
stand-
Virgin.
I can't stand her. She's terrible.
Okay, so you lock the head servant in the back room.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's gonna go well.
And I search frantically for another key, hoping to find our bedroom key.
Tristan's just standing there.
Which key is it, Tristan? Which is the key to our bedroom?
And he will lean over.
And he points to
a key that looks like.
He points to a key that is gold and jeweled with sapphires and rubies, and it has lovers intertwined, chastely intertwined with each other, lovingly so. Though the Virgin doesn't notice, but maybe the Fatal and the Witch and Mother too, that. The hands of the male are like clawed as he grasps. Like he looks like he's holding her chastely like in a loving embrace, but there's like claws on his fingers. His fingers are deep, and the rubies are right there on the nails. And the Virgin's like, "Oh, this is a beautiful key. This is our bedroom key for
This
sure."
is a grown-up
certainly."
hug. It's fine. Yeah.
Yes, they're our husband. It is a loving key. I will take this and I will go find our bedroom.
Hashtag chastely intertwined.
Yeah.
Chastely intertwined. Correct. Thank you.
Yeah.
New slogan for Twister.
And so I immediately hurriedly go in whatever direction Tristan tells me is the bedroom.
He will
Does
probably
Tristan tell you where
grunt.
the bedroom is?
Yes, Tristan, where's the bedroom?
Can you take us there? Can you take me there? I'm one person. Royal we.
Yeah.
And he'll nod.
We've really fallen into the whole royal we thing very quickly.
And he'll nod.
Please.
Okay.
Let us be off.
Yes.
So Tristan will walk down a hallway and then down some stairs. And if you're by any windows, you'll notice that it was evening and you were having dinner earlier, and you don't really know how much time has passed, you guess, because it seems to be deep, dark, pitch night outside. And you don't see any stars. And Tristan will lead you across the grounds through a library, an open library. And then he will stop in front of two doors carved ornately. And they're wooden, but they're gilt with gold. And it's just the most sumptuous thing you've ever seen in your entire life. You touch the door and it's real gilt gold. And the lock is actually 2 pieces of heart twined in knots, and it looks like a very shiny metal that holds the lock to this key.
I say thank you, Tristan. You can leave us now. We will take a respite in the bedroom.
So he bows and then just walks away.
Okay. I put the key in the lock, and I
So you put the key in the lock?
yes, and I put my hand on the door, and I sigh in relief. I said, finally, our bedroom. We will be calm and safe. It'll be nice. I'm sure there's a lovely gift in there from our husband. Mm-hmm. We can relax. So I unlock it.
So you put the key in the lock, you turn the key, you open the door, and you go inside. The door closes behind you. And what you see is an expansive sitting room and bedroom. There's plush blue carpets all along the floor. They have geometric designs on them. And the room is actually filled with the types of flowers that you normally would wear in your hair. A special kind of rose, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. And there's just literal buckets and vases of these roses on almost every surface.
I'm impressed.
Oh, it's the flowers that we always put in our hair. Well, that's very sweet of him.
thoughtful.
Yeah.
That was very expensive.
Patel is very sad that the consummation did not happen tonight.
No, it would have been
Sister.
a great starter, right?
Well, it has to be a special moment, and when he returns, we'll have a loving moment with him. It'll be beautiful.
Sure.
Do the roses have thorns?
Yes.
Well, that was careless.
Do you want to investigate?
Remember, this is a fall wedding.
I would like to investigate the rose that's closest.
Sure. So you step up to a small tea table, and it's got this very round brass face, actually. And in it are, 20, 30 roses, and they're all in bloom. So what are your questions?
I would like to ask, what about this item is odd?
Mm-hmm.
And what memories does it hold?
Excellent. Those are great questions. So you lean your head over and you smell the roses, and they smell just like the ones you put in your hair. And as you look at them, it takes you a minute to realize what's off about them. And it's actually the very bottom, the stems, where they're cut. You're a farm girl, you're used to dealing with plants all the time. And these stems have an odd, dark tinge to them. Like they've been soaking in something that's not water. And as you look closer, you realize what they're soaking in is indeed not water.
What is currently in the vase
Yeah.
is not water?
It's not water.
Does it smell like copper?
Is it blood?
Tally.
Is it
What?
blood? I'm guessing.
It would be too easy if it was blood.
Oh.
But it is something that you don't quite recognize. And the memories that this item actually holds, the smell underneath the smell, as you begin to absorb what's really in this room, is grief. Overbearing, heart-rending grief.
He's so sad.
I think I start crying. Like the grief seeps into my skin, and this place is sad. This is our bedroom, and it's sad, and it's. I wanted this place to be happy.
It seeps from every mouth of every rose.
I wanted it to be happy. This is our bedroom. I think I'm taking a stock of a tense situation. Mm-hmm. And what does this place demand of the bride?
That's a great question. This place demands acceptance. Where you stand in the scheme of things.
I think the Virgin starts screaming. She's like, no, I want this place to be happy. I want this place to be happy. I want this place to be happy. And she picks up the vase and like, with like the strange liquid and just throws it at the wall. This is my wedding night, she screams. And she's just so overwrought and crying. And tears are just streaming down her face.
Oh. I'm sorry that this isn't everything that you wanted it to be.
We were promised this is a happily ever after.
I know, and darling, life is just more complicated than that.
I don't
sometimes.
understand.
But it's when our husband comes back, maybe things will be better. But we have to recognize that we are not the first person who has ever been in his heart, and that grief and those memories, they will be here, and we need to just make peace with that.
In your fit, Virgin, the roses scattered everywhere on the carpets. And as you stagger in your rage, you step on one, and a thorn pricks your foot. You take an additional trauma.
Oh.
Only you. It's too much for you.
Virgin, we have to, if you want to be happy, we have to choose to be happy and accept that this is what life has given us.
Oh, that's terrible.
What do you mean this is what we have to accept?
Weren't you glad that we were given a husband? What has changed about that? Did you not expect him to be human?
No, I expected him to love us and take care of us. And the Virgin's standing there, like bedraggled, tears down her face and bleeding. And she just looks at this room with these roses that she hoped meant something. And like, there's just the pure grief and the awfulness of the scent. And she's like, no, I wanted us to be happy. I thought we would be happy. This is our wedding night. We're in this beautiful mansion, and yet there's nothing about it that has made me happy so far.
Can't we at least see a glimmer of hope in the fact that he may have loved before? That he loved so deeply that this grief is here? Maybe there's hope for us yet.
Is it his grief?
Whose grief do you think it is?
I don't know.
Can I take stock of a tense situation?
Yeah, you can.
Heck, because part of me wants to, I'm gonna metagame here for 1 second, my sisters. Part of me wants this room to be awesome, because then we can get a token of faithfulness, and I'll feel a little bit better about ourselves and our situation. But part of me also wants to figure out what kind of a person Blackbeard is. Or Bluebeard. I've done that like 4 times. So, what do you think?
Grief is not in itself a sinister emotion, so the Virgin is, the Vital is saddened by it, but is not threatened by it.
Mm-hmm. The mother likewise recognizes the reality of our situation, and as you said, he has clearly loved deeply before. Who is to say he does not love deeply now? And in time, all of these tokens of his grief will be swept away by tokens of his love for us.
And who's to say this isn't a transmutation of that grief? I mean, this is so many flowers, right? I don't know, just saying.
And he's clearly thinking of us to pull these same roses that we use in our art. This is not the season for these flowers.
Great expense and great attention went into this.
Clearly the most romantic thing anyone's ever done.
Yes, he loves us. He loves us. And so like the Virgin's almost maniacally like he loves us. He definitely loves us. And she starts grabbing these roses and putting them in her hair. He loves us. He loves us no matter what. He must love us. And
I'm gonna say the Virgin shivers from fear.
yes, that's great because I think she's losing it. When you shiver from fear, name the thing you're most afraid of will happen. And the GM will tell you how it's worse than you feared. Keep the ring and choose 2, or pass the ring and choose 1. Okay.
So what is your greatest fear in this moment?
The greatest fear in this moment is that Bluebeard doesn't actually love us. I think that Bluebeard doesn't love us, that this isn't going to be happily ever after with him. That's our greatest fear. And I am going to...
Are you going to keep or pass the ring?
Yeah, I'm going to keep the ring.
Okay.
Because the Virgin's like on a tear right now, and she is just overwhelmed by it. I think she's going to hold on to it, though. Like, she's clutching onto the ring with sheer determination in spite of her fear. And I have to choose 2, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay, so how you're going to tell me? The GM will tell me how it's worse than I feared. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, and then I will tell you which 2 I choose.
Okay. So, as the bride is very unbalancedly shoving these full roses with their stems into her hair, they have thorns and they are cutting her. And her hair will begin to mat with blood, and the blood will drip down into her eyes, blinding her momentarily. And as this happens, she'll flail wildly and actually stumble into a closet on the side of the room. And she'll feel around for something, anything, and she grabs the first thing that she feels and she wipes her face off. And when she can see again, it's a bright emerald green dress, a beautiful dress, and it is obviously not cut in her size.
What?
It's for someone very slim and very tall.
Are there blonde hairs on it?
Nope.
It's not blonde hairs on. Okay.
Are there hairs on it?
You can look.
Okay. So I'm gonna
Do
take.
I investigate an object?
No.
First, we gotta finish this.
Yeah. Okay, so it's worse than I feared. So I think like what I translate this is that like not only does Bluebeard not love us, but he loves somebody else. This is like a sign of his infidelity, and that he is that. Yes, we're just a caged bird, and that he loves somebody else. Okay, so I'm gonna take 2. It has the bride in its clutches right now, and I think.
Is that what you're choosing?
Yeah, that's the first one I'm gonna take, and so what that means is the bride is trying desperately. She's like, "This dress is for me. This dress is for me." This dress is for me. This dress is for me, and she struggles to put the dress on to prove to all the other sisters, "This is for us, sisters. This is for us." And she's struggling so hard to put the dress on, and it's like crushing her, and it's painful to her, and it's terrible. And the other one I'll take is it speaks to you. Take 1 trauma. So I'm gonna take a.
You take 1 more.
I'm gonna take 1 more trauma as like she struggles to wear the dress, and the dress is too small for her, and she's crushing herself in with it, like she's like struggling with it. This is for us, sister. He meant this dress for us.
Can I?
So go ahead and pass the. Are you gonna keep the ring?
Yeah, I'm actually holding onto the ring.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to use my face move because I see my poor sister on the verge. And that move is that when you offer. Wait. So first, I want to know how this translates. When you offer forgiveness for a sister's sins, mark trauma 1 for 2. Does that mean that
You take 2 and he gets 1 back.
Oh, okay.
I would actually suggest you not do that.
Okay. All right. Then I won't do that.
Partially
I
because
thought it was the opposite.
you might die, but also I actually want to see him shatter.
Oh God. Okay.
What?
That's very mean. Okay.
So what are you talking to each other? Like
Yes,
what is
yes.
happening?
Can we look at the dress? Like we've got this
We
dress.
need to take this dress off of us and pick the flowers out. And sister, it is not so bad as you think it is, just because it isn't the shimmering fairy tale you were expecting.
If only the Fatale had picked the face where she could force the ring out of the
I know, right?
Yeah, the Virgin is like manic now, and she's like desperately holding onto the ring, which is her marriage ring to her love with Bluebeard, and and the dress is gripped around her, and blood is like streaming down her face. He loves us, sisters. He loves us.
What's the equivalent of slapping someone? When you're all
Mentally
just
smack ya.
This little.
You could care for someone. You could try caring for her.
Well, she can't care for right.
Oh no, it's just a servant no heart. Never mind.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, you could try to actually care for her without using the move. That might work.
Yeah.
Why do you think he loves that? What made you think that love was just some magical switch that got flipped on our wedding night? Of course, he's transitioning from another part of his life. That's how this works. He has to get to know us. He was supposed to get to know us tonight, and he didn't get the chance.
Yes, he loves his sister, and we will find proof of his love in this room now. And so the Virgin starts like tearing through the closet and looking for something else in this room.
Hey,
to prove
Virgin.
it.
Hey. We already did, and it was the flowers. You remember the flowers?
It's the flowers that are in my hair.
And they're beautiful.
The room is filled with it.
And that is how much he loves us. So let's just take a moment, take a breath. You can smell the flowers. Aren't they so pretty?
Let's
Let's count the
smell,
flowers.
just so you know, someone else's scent on the dress.
Yep. But that's different.
Let's count the flowers.
Count how much he loves us. Let's count all of the flowers.
You know the loves me not? This is just loves
Except
me.
that there's no
There's
loves me
no loves me not. Just one choice.
loves me,
Just
loves me
love.
more.
He still loves me
more.
Yes.
He loves me extra. Look at all this.
Yes, sister, count how many times he loves you.
No, I want to find something else. And,
What
and
would
I'm like,
do it?
I'm searching.
So you tear through this closet, and there is something jammed in the back of the closet with a black cloth over it.
I don't like it. This is so bad. This is not where he would put something, because this is a room in the back of another room. You would make it obvious.
Yes.
And
This is our closet. This is something in here for us.
No, it's not.
So
This
the
is
Virgin
his
pulls
room.
out this black
Yeah.
cloth thing.
Oh God.
And rips the cloth off of it, and it is a portraiture done in oils, and like jewels, like actual jewels, are encrusting this portrait, and it is of a woman with very dark hair that has a very long braid, and she looks out at you very sadly.
Is
We
it
have
us?
we have dark hair and a long braid.
It's not you,
Ah.
but maybe if you
Just a
squint hard
little-
enough, it could be.
A little editing.
A poor artist indeed made this.
This is not us.
It may be.
It's not us.
This is what he remembered after his short time with us.
The portraiture starts to open its mouth.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Could I roll for throwing it on the ground, please?
Like an adult.
No, we can't roll for anything. Because
She
I
has
still have a ring.
still has the
I still
ring.
have a ring.
Yes, some
So this is a horror, I definitely think. And
4 of 5.
Yes, this is a horror.
And so I see this woman's mouth open in the portrait, and it is monstrous. And but the Virgin, in her mania, is like drawn to it and attracted to it, and brings the portrait closer to her, and caresses her face and says, "You sweet thing, you are my sister." What?
God.
Oh,
What happened to you? I love, and she's just so intensely.
So the mouth of the horror opens and opens and opens, wider than any human mouth could go. And it's at that point that it starts coming out of the portrait.
What comes out of the portrait?
No.
I'm going to caress this horror
No.
No touching.
by
No
inviting
touching.
it to come closer.
Throwing.
All right.
Oh my God.
And on. Okay, so
You
I'm using one of my power, which is going to give me a trauma, but I will, on a hit, that horror is swayed by your stroke. Direct was what was intended for you to another victim to the house. And I think it's all Milla's fault that this has happened. Everything has started as Milla's fault. And so, as the horror comes towards me, I say, sweet, sweet sister,
And it will,
sister bride.
It will almost be like a ghostly mist that looks like partially a woman from like the shoulders up, and it will curl itself around the bride and wrap and kind of face her.
You know what'll be cool though?
And I like the virgin dripping in blood, cloth in this too tight dress that is crushing her ribs in, this is all Milla. That Milla tried to intrude on our wedding night. It was all her fault. It's her. She deserves this. And like I am directing the horror towards Milla.
What do you tell it?
I feel your grief, sister, and I know your grief is because of Milla. Like our grief is because of Milla. Milla is the one who caused all of this terrible stuff. She tried to seduce us away from her husband. She must have tried to seduce her husband too. It is Milla, sisters. Do your worst to her. And I think at that moment I will probably shatter because I take a last. I think like the virgin's in free fall, and so. Whatever is left of her sanity
goes out the window.
Yeah, she is destroyed.
Okay, so the virgin takes a 5th point of damage and shatters.
And like, yeah, I mean the virgin is just like covered in blood and gleefully covered in blood, and she's taunting the ghost and she says, "Destroy her, destroy her, destroy her."
So
Milla.
the ghost woman will uncurl from you and face you. And then she will also scream bloody murder and then rush through your chest, out the back of you, and down to go find Milla. Now that you have shattered, I believe there's something that you need to do.
Yeah, what happens when I shatter?
What happens when you shatter?
When you shatter, read the following passage aloud. When a new sister shatters, read it along with her. The connection to my sisters has been severed. My place is no longer among those of you capable of rationality and thoughtful decisions. Our fragmented mind now feeds the horrors that plague the bride.
So why don't you read what's underneath it too, just so they know what's up.
Yeah. When a sister misses her role, the groundskeeper may look to you to describe what happens to the bride.
She's on my side now.
Answer with what you might find most frightening here.
So who do you give the ring to, shattered sister?
Dear mother, I hate you so much. It is yours, mother dearest.
And that is
Here,
when you
mother.
hear a scream from somewhere deep within the mansion.
Like the third floor.
Sorry, sister.
I am happy. I am so happy in my home here with my husband, my darling husband, Bluebeard. I am so happy, mother. This is where I belong. This is where we all belong.
Fairy tales are gender warfare.
Put that on a doily.
That's the subtext.
Perfect.
Fairy tales murdered the virgin.
Well, okay, guys. Good closet.
The portrait is empty, by the way. It's just blank now.
Oh,
Can we just flip that down?
Yeah, just close it.
Can we
fold
throw it on
back,
the ground now, please?
Yes.
Close
you can.
it, fold
Yes.
it back up, push it back into the closet, pull this green thing off of us, throwing
It catches your hair.
throwing that into the closet, try and start to pick out thorns from our hair.
Can we use the dress to wipe our face off? Because, can we take off this dress that we've been shoved into?
Yes. Surely there is something in this closet that actually was meant for us.
Or that does fit us in any way, shape, or form that we could pretend.
You could.
And we'll change into that.
So what do you change into?
It is one of the more simple dresses, but even that said, it is still far more grand than anything that we have ever had before. The fabric of it hugs our body. It is adorned with very intricately detailed embroidery along the chest and flowing down the skirt of birds. And upon closer inspection, the birds, rather than just quite, kind of tranquilly flying up the dress, actually seem, for whatever reason, as if they're in panicked flight.
Awesome.
That's
so you come back out of the closet into the bedroom. There's that bowl of shattered flowers with its thorns everywhere. There's still, every surface is covered in these roses, except for the bed. That's its own deal, and you can go investigate that if you want to.
Your face made me super want to.
Trust me on that one, that's probably creepy. But by the bedside, you also finally notice that there is a big bowl of blueberries.
We haven't had anything to eat. I'm going to investigate the bowl of blueberries.
Sure, what do you want to ask the bowl of blueberries?
What about this item is odd or uncanny?
Oh man. So these blueberries are actually a lot larger than what you think you would see in the wild. It's almost like, well, they would have to have come from some kind of greenhouse.
Okay.
Not the same as the roses.
Okay, we're going to eat
Sure.
a few of the blueberries.
They're crispy and filled with juice, and they're so flavorful that a little bit will run down your chin. You gotta remove a little of it. They
I want to
taste
use the
really
green
good.
dress that I've been wiping all my face blood on to clean up those blueberries.
It's a lovely napkin.
Okay.
But the bowl itself is actually made of horn. It's kind of a black, smooth, horny thing. Never mind. I didn't mean to go there. My subconscious mind is very interested in these things. But it's a smooth carved bowl made of some kind of horn.
Okay. I'm going to... Oh, we probably look quite the fright, and I think we could use a moment of self-care. So after eating a few of the blueberries, I'm going to... I'm going to look around for whatever toiletries may have been set out for us so that we can brush some of the flower detritus and the blood and whatnot out of our hair.
It's a very beautiful boudoir, and it's got perfumes and brushes and makeups and all kinds of things. None of them seem to have been touched before. They're new.
Okay. So yes, brushing our hair, taking a moment, sisters. Should we rest or explore?
I think we should examine the bed to see whether this is a safe place for us to rest.
You know what?
We can do that later.
I really don't want to do that.
Let's just no. So after we've put ourselves back together, the blueberries they're not quite enough, and there's that key ring and the nagging thoughts of what it is that a man who has so much that is already so disturbing would not want us to see, but trying to put that out of my mind.
Why are you holding that small key?
I only meant to feel it. Let's go and explore. I'll pick another key, and I'm going to take a token of faithfulness.
How are you going to interpret that? What's the token?
Yeah.
One of the flowers.
Okay.
That she very carefully picks the thorns off of and then places one of the roses in her hair, as she has so many times before. And he is a person, and he is complicated, and may have had feelings for others in the past, but so have we.
What does the Virgin have to say about this? Anything?
As a virgin,
You can still talk. You just can't do anything except for, make things worse for the bride.
Logan's intensified.
I don't think she's. I think the Virgin's like, yes, sister. He loves us. He loves us truly, deeply. God, those roses are meant for us. Yes, Mother, you're right. I think he loves us so goddamn much.
Okay. Thank you.
Wonderful, we're all in agreement.
Oh God. So yes, it was a very thoughtful, grand gesture that is of everything here. At least this is unambiguously about us.
Okay, so you're gonna take your token of faithfulness and mark it on the bride's sheet, and everyone can heal a trauma.
Hooray!
That's still not shattered.
Thanks.
Okay.
So we need to wind down, but do you want to give us a hint as to what kind of room you want to go to next, Mother?
The description of the key.
Oh dear, she's gonna have a week to think about this room.
Wish you hadn't said that.
Tell me.
Okay. The key that she picks out from all of this is a key made of oh, forgive me, I don't know what it's called. It's like glass, but it's black.
Obsidian?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a key made of obsidian, and it seems at first to just be a plain sort of thing, but it's been not carved so much as chipped away at in such a way that if you hold it to the light, the way that it reflects off of the way that the light reflects off of it is both beautiful and very scattered and haphazard, and notice somehow that within the obsidian of the key, where it is closest to the key ring, there seems to be something embedded, very small, as if looks rather like a bug of some sort. How it might have gotten there, no idea.
Okay.
And I think, can I just do like a last image of the Virgin?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the Virgin trails behind her sisters, and in the bride's mind, and like the image that is stuck of the Virgin now is just, regardless of whether we're wearing the dress and we're not wearing the dress anymore, is that you see her in that emerald dress, and it is crushing her ribs in, and there are flowers in her hair and blood streaming down her face. And she's weeping to herself, and she's just saying, I want him to love us. I want him to love us. Just want him to love us. And she pretty much is like, will not respond to anything the other sisters tell her or say to her most of the time. And then at other times, like, she gets maniacal, like for it's like this massive amount of grief. Like, I just want him to love us. And other times she goes, he loves us. He definitely loves us. Yes, he loves us. And he's almost taunting, like, I think the mother most of all. I think she's almost taunting the mother. So I think that's like the image that is like trailing within the bride's mind from the Virgin.
And listening to this as the bride trails behind, the mother strokes with her fingers this key that she has chosen, and her sorry, I was distracted. And her thumb catches on one of the many very sharp edges, and we slice our finger and bleed slightly on the key.
The Virgin takes a blueberry or two and rubs them on her lips.
Fatal.
Yeah, the fatales.
Oh, yeah.
Fatal takes, just like her mother taught her.
Lesson on
Make
how
sure
to
she
treat
looks
your
okay.
inner virgin. Oh my goodness. And does exiting a room mean I give the key up?
It
Or the
does.
ring up?
It does.
I am going to give the ring to the witch.
Okay. And we are gonna stop there.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, this game is so good.
Let's take a moment. I need to take a moment.
QQ,
We can't see the
there's a error.
error. We can't see chat right now, TQ.
It says it's
So we're gonna take a moment to decompress. Wow, that was pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah. Super creepy.
fixed.
Yeah, Cheryl's the
Yeah.
best.
It was tough because both options on either side would have rebooted chat. There we go. Very tiny touch target.
Yeah,
but not
that was-
rebooting chat.
That was creepy.
Succeeded.
Oh my gosh, Ajit, you are so
So,
good.
Yeah, you
obviously for you guys' edification, I pushed the Virgin into Shattering because we want to see what that play is like next time. And also because Ajit is going to be replaced by Drunkenly Romantic next week, so it's a good transition. Usually you don't have to push that hard to shatter characters, and we won't in the future.
And honestly though, like I don't.
Wasn't too forced.
Yeah, I don't think.
No, like the only thing that I would say would be different if it was just us playing around a table is I definitely would have tried the martyr in order to prolong the virgin's existence.
I mean, I think I played the Virgin to like she's drawn to darkness, and then she wanted to be loved, and so she was self-destructive naturally, and then like a lot of things just were really bad really quickly for her. So as she shattered, I think like in an evolution that made sense, like in a longer game we would have probably had her shatter a little bit later down, but I really liked her arc, and I thought it made sense.
Virgin's a crazy
It's
virgin.
very visual
Ajit's
too,
drunk
like blood and the thorns and the roses and.
So I'd love for us to decompress a little bit. So that was really fun for me. I was nervous about kind of starting out like right out the gate with like, you are being sexually assaulted, what will you do? And I was nervous about that, but I think that it worked out really well. Like I had fun with it, and it seems like you guys did. My favorite moment actually was the description of the obsidian key. I thought that was really cool. But I would love to hear from you folks kind of maybe what the most stressful or what the most interesting or horrifying moment was for you and how you felt playing this round.
The bathtub was the most stressful. Because there was a mental line that I had drawn, and if we got too near it, then X card was coming out, but we didn't. That was the most stressful part for me, but it was good.
Yeah, the bathroom was. It was interesting when you said it was a bathroom, and it wasn't just exploring. Like that kind of threw me off from being like, oh, I don't know what about that threw me off. But I don't normally play the Chaos Monkey, and she was. But I felt like the Fatale kind of felt frustrated. There were promises made about what was going to happen, and they did not. And then she found herself in this situation with no friends. It just seemed like connecting with someone in some way was the way to go, but it's like, this is clearly not the advisable path, but I still think it's what she would do.
Yeah.
But I felt like guilt when the other folks took trauma at the same, for the burning.
Yeah, I wanted Mila to be an ally very badly. So it was surprising that she was not. Yeah. I mean, even like I get girls like you all the time sort of person was like as bad as I thought that she might be. And so that surprised me right off the bat instead of like a build up to the bad person. So I wonder who will take care of us now.
Well, you could ask Tristan, except for he doesn't talk. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Definitely
There was a conversation, I think Hyper RPG asked in chat whether people think that he was just mute or that he had no tongue. And
I vote the latter.
Because I definitely know the answer myself.
I imagine the tongue is gone.
Yeah.
Because
It's tough. You can't just ask how it went away, though. Like, how did you lose your tongue?
Yeah.
It's not going to lead to a good conversation.
yeah.
Well, and I wanted so badly to be able to affect what was happening while the Virgin is tearing through this closet, going crazy, and I couldn't. Like, which was a helpless sort of feeling that I felt sometimes in other D&D groups, but it's always been because somebody split off from the group and was running off by themselves, and you can have no effect. This was very like, and this will directly affect me in a very serious way, which was something I haven't felt before.
That was interesting, right? Like I felt that way in the bathtub too, because like you guys were like embracing the evil, or and I was like, God, no, I don't want to be in this situation. The bathtub was really super creepy, and definitely towing the line of like it was just like, oh my God, this is uncomfortable. But the witch and the fatale were like playing into it, like they were leaning into it. And that freaked me out. I also felt powerless, and that was very interesting. Like, I don't know, it was an interesting psychological element to it, right? Where our better angels tell us to do something, and then we bow into our darker impulses as individuals, right? So like where you're battling yourself, and you do the thing that you're not supposed to do, but part of you knows that's not the right thing to do. I felt that way. I felt like you two were choosing a road that I was like, that's not the right road, and I felt like I was banging against the glass and unable to do anything about it. And that was a really interesting feeling. Like much like you, I never played in a role-playing situation where I felt like it's about me, but I have no control about what is happening, and I know the right road, but you're going in a different road that I want to go, and that was just really fascinating.
Normally in tabletop groups, if somebody makes a mistake, they get killed off and they re-roll.
Yeah.
But we're like in this together.
Yeah, that was really intense.
So we are pretty close on time.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that this was a pretty awesome session. We have one more session coming up. It's going to be next Thursday at 6 p.m. PST. We're changing times. So we're not going to be on Fridays anymore. The conclusion of Bluebeard's Bride will be Thursday at 6 p.m. Up next is Death from Above, which is a super awesome show where battle mechs destroy each other and people maybe die, and that's permanent. So that's super neat. But is there anything else that you wanted to say about this game before we move into Affirmations today? How are you feeling?
I'm high strung. I feel high strung.
You really get a sense of the kind of hopelessness of the situation very quickly, while at the same time like raging against that darkness.
Yeah, normally like you have skills in RPGs, and we have no skills, just attitudes.
I like what you said, I think, earlier, about like on all of us said, like the feeling of all being in it together. That's a very rare RPG that you play where you are, even though we're just aspects of of the same person, we are kind of disparate aspects, like different people. And like someone in the chat had said, usually the party splits up by now, but no, we're in this together.
Even the mad sister, the shadow sister.
Which is a really
Who's only going to hurt you from now on.
Yeah, but who we can't like jettison. We can't just leave her behind. She's still one of us.
Yeah.
I think that's brilliant. Like I love. Y'all, if you haven't backed this game yet, and you are able, then please do. And if you're not able, maybe spread the word a little. Like that would be awesome too.
Yeah, give it some love.
There's some very affordable PDF.
Yeah, the PDF levels are pretty easy, and the physical book is going to be amazing.
Yeah, and we can talk about the Kickstarter for a second. So myself and my two co-creators, Marissa Kelly and Sarah Richardson, spent 2.5 years developing this game. So it's very fine-tuned to be very horrifying in a fun way. You can back this game at any level, even if it's just $1, and you will immediately get access to our beta test materials, which lets you run the game like the actual physical sheets that I am using right now. You probably do need to be familiar with Powered by the Apocalypse to run it, but you could run it tonight if you wanted to. Otherwise, the PDF to fully play the game, all that you need is $10. And then the really pretty awesome books, which some of us will definitely be getting, are more expensive. So,
And the tarot cards. You're getting
Oh, yes,
tarot
the tarot
cards.
Yeah,
tarot
yeah,
cards
oh
and
no.
all.
distracted.
I was
Yeah, there's a lot of
completely
other things.
seduced by the material.
Yeah, the material items. Like, I want all the loot because it's like pretty amazing.
It's
but,
like my whole fun money budget, and I'm just like I'm waiting to pull the trigger because I know I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
On that note, we're going to do some affirmations and we're going to wrap up here. Please stick around for Death from Above. This is a really fun game, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yes, this
All right,
is awesome.
so the first one is for you and me. So the Strix and Ajit
Oh.
from Simtier. That's
Oh,
super
thank you,
awesome.
Simtier.
Thank you, Simtier.
Thank you, Simtier.
I'm gonna pull my cards over.
Yeah.
All right, that means we both have to make the noise.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna move quickly
Yeah.
there.
We, my dear, are
Okay.
svelte, wandering bunnies.
Okay.
So
Okay.
please
Great.
screen cap that.
Please don't ever, never
Give
screen
it.
cap.
Give it.
The next one is for Final Fantasy IX Master, and this is from Terra Trooper. So I love it when you guys from each other. I know I say that a lot, but it's because it's true.
Yeah, there's a lot
It's
of love.
super
You guys are
neat.
awesome.
So this one for you, Terra Trooper. Oh no, is for Final Fantasy IX Master from Terra Trooper. There we go.
Okay.
So Final Fantasy IX Master, you are rambunctious, beaming chupacabra. So it'd be like, "Arr!" just like that.
Just like that.
Okay, the next one is for Tahoods from 4 a.m. Critter, and that is apparently for making dinner for your wife. Very nice. I approve.
Aw, that's pretty cool.
Doesn't that sound nice?
What? What are you looking at me?
Doesn't that sound really nice?
Oh my
I'm
God.
just saying, that sounds
My
nice.
husband made dinner last night.
Wow, see? It's
Holy
a trend.
cow.
All right,
Hey now.
Tahoods, you are an eager-looking Medusa.
That's pretty cool.
Cheryl?
Subscriber.
Oh my god! Farlanders. Yes! So high! Woo! Yes! That's so awesome. That was Farlander.
Eager looking Medusa.
Okay, I'm moving. You guys are gonna try to keep me to the last second. You always do. It's awesome. Okay, the next one is for Rick Future, who is a new sub, so awesome. Welcome to the Thumper family. I hope we didn't scare you too much. And, Rick, you are a mysterious, encouraging lemur. So it'd be like, "Maw, maw, maw."
That
Aww.
was lovely.
See? We can do nice ones.
And yes, I will be returning to weekly affirmations, just not next week. Drunkly Romantic, I think, will be a fantastic
Yes,
Shattered
absolutely.
Sister.
Strix Consort, in case you did not know, is an international man of mystery and needs to.
No, I'm just like, I'm the
Jet off.
concert's just getting stuck back in the closet, back in the box until the concert is
International man of mystery.
Yep. All right, so the next one is for Saizen, or Saizen. So Saizen, this is for your resub. You are a determined, buzzing unicorn. So it'd be like... It's part B, part hers. I don't know, work with me. Maybe
plus,
you can
plus.
help me with these cards.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is for Felinara, and this is for your resub, which, by the way, cool name. I can actually say it, Felinara. So you are tenacious, believing marmots.
Yay. Resub.
Hi,
Hi.
Fuda just resubbed as well. You guys, thanks for following.
Did you make a sound?
Did I make the sound?
Marmot.
Sure, I got you.
Lizzie, you
clap when you believe, right?
You're a tenacious believing marmot.
A tenacious and believing marmot.
Yeah.
That sounds very convincing.
That's
Awesome,
awesome.
Farlander. I'm glad the
marmot.
show pushed you across the edge to become part of the Thumper family.
That's awesome. Hey!
Okay,
That's so cool. Thank you.
the next one is for Darth Nial. So Darth Nial, you are a lucky, shouting leprechaun. See, lucky leprechaun, see what we did there? So it'd be like, my gold! My gold! Oh!
That's awesome.
Yep.
And scary.
Yep, well, have you noticed?
Yeah, you scare me a lot.
So the next one is from Wild Bronco for your resub. Thank you so much. You guys, your subscriptions and donations are what keep this channel running. I know I say that a lot, but it's true, so thank you. So Wild Bronco, you are a radical, astonishing panda.
Dude! I'm surprisingly astonishing.
I love you, Cheryl. That's pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
I was
Yeah,
serious.
sounds pretty
So,
amazing.
Farlander, thanks for joining us. This one is for you. Welcome to the Thumper family. And you are an adorable, entertaining gnome.
I've got a joke to tell you.
That's awesome.
All right, we've got one more, and then we're gonna get off the air unless you guys interrupt me. Oh God.
Oh my god.
So this one is for Flanderu. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but Flanderu, you are gifted, applauding, and
Yay!
And that's Weekly Affirmations, folks. We'll see you next week at Thursday, 6 p.m.
It's a positive feel-good show. The most positive thing on this channel called Hyper Rabbit Power. We go.
It's
pretty decent.
very decent.
Take care, everyone. Bye.